Hey everyone, welcome back to the 1%. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic: how to master effective communication and persuasion, even seductive conversation. Now, when we say seductive, we're not just talking about romance. We mean the art of drawing people in and keeping them captivated, whether in business, social, or personal settings. So, let's break down the skills that can set you apart from the crowd. In this video, I will cover topics that will be lifelong lessons, so it's better to write down, and we will see some practical use of these topics. The basics of effective communication. Be present. When you're talking to someone, be genuinely present. Listen actively, make eye contact, and avoid distractions. For example, if you're in a business meeting and your phone keeps buzzing, that small distraction can completely shift the vibe. Instead, put the phone away, lean in, and give your full attention. Use simple and clear language. Being articulate doesn't mean using complex language, it means getting your message across clearly. Imagine you're explaining your business idea to someone who has no background in your field. How would you simplify it without losing the key points? Engage through open body language. Your body speaks louder than words. Keep an open stance, avoid crossing your arms, and smile occasionally. It makes you appear approachable and more trustworthy. Building connection through conversation. Once you've mastered the basics, the next step is building a real connection. Here are 3 techniques to help you do that. Mirroring. Mirroring is a powerful, subtle tool where you match the other person's energy, speech pace, or even body language. It helps them feel understood. Let's say you're at a networking event, and the person you're talking to is energetic and uses hand gestures. Match that energy, maybe add a hand gesture or 2. This makes them feel like you're on the same wavelength. Ask open-ended questions. Instead of questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no, ask questions that allow people to share more. For instance, instead of asking, "Do you like your job?" try, "What do you enjoy most about your work?" This opens the door to more meaningful conversation and deeper connection. Find common ground quickly. We're naturally drawn to people who seem similar to us. Try to find common ground early in a conversation. If you're meeting someone for the first time and notice they're wearing a sports team cap, bring it up. Say, "Oh, are you a fan of team name?" If they are, you've just created an instant connection. Persuasion techniques. Now, let's talk about persuasion, how to subtly influence someone's opinion without being manipulative. The power of storytelling. People love stories. Facts alone are forgettable, but a story can stick. For example, if you're in a job interview and the employer asks why they should hire you, rather than listing off qualifications, tell a story that demonstrates your skills. Maybe share a time when you faced a major challenge and overcame it. This is far more engaging and memorable than just listing achievements. Use the yes ladder. This technique involves getting people to say yes to small things before you go for the big ask. Let's say you're negotiating a deal. Start with questions that are easy to agree with, like, "Would you agree that quality is essential in this product?" Each yes makes them more likely to agree with your final offer. Reciprocity. We naturally feel obligated to return favors. Offer value first, whether it's helpful advice, a resource, or just your genuine time and attention. For instance, if you're networking and want someone's help, start by offering something valuable to them, even if it's just connecting them with someone in your network. Seductive conversation techniques. Now, let's dive into the art of seductive conversation, not necessarily romantic, but captivating. These techniques draw people in by sparking intrigue. Use pauses effectively. Pauses add weight to what you say and build anticipation. For example, if you're about to share an exciting idea, pause before revealing it. This creates a moment of suspense, making people lean in. Practice this technique in everyday conversations. It's a great way to command attention. Speak slowly and deliberately. Fast talkers can come off as nervous. Speaking slowly, on the other hand, shows confidence. For instance, think of a time you're pitching an idea. Instead of rushing, deliver each point clearly. Slow, intentional speech also gives your listener time to process and feel the weight of your words. Use sensory language to paint a picture. Descriptive. Sensory language helps people visualize what you're saying, making it more engaging. Instead of saying, "This product is high quality," say, "Imagine a product that feels solid in your hand." With a finish that looks like brushed metal. Sensory words make people experience your message. Now, let's talk about when and where you can use these techniques with some real-life scenarios. Networking event. At a networking event, start with open-ended questions and mirror the other person's energy. Look for shared interests to build rapport. When introducing yourself, use storytelling to share a little about your background. Negotiation. Negotiation. In a negotiation, use the yes ladder to build agreement. Ask questions they're likely to say yes to, then introduce your main proposal. Use pauses and speak deliberately to emphasize key points, making your words more persuasive. Job interview. Bend. During a job interview, use storytelling to share relevant experiences, but don't forget to mirror the interviewer's energy. If they're formal, stay formal. If they're laid back, be a bit more relaxed. Social gathering. At a social event, practice sensory language to describe experiences or stories. This keeps people captivated and interested in what you have to say. Ask open-ended questions to engage others, and don't forget to find common ground quickly. Let's add a few more advanced techniques to our toolkit. Some of these come from two powerful books on communication and influence: How to Talk to Anyone by Lael Lowndes and The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Both of these books reveal tactics that the most influential people use to captivate others and gain an advantage in social situations. Lael Lowndes' How to Talk to Anyone teaches practical techniques that can make anyone feel more connected and captivated by you. Here are some top techniques. The sticky eyes technique. Sticky eyes is a way to make your gaze more engaging and memorable. Instead of glancing away frequently, keep your eyes gently focused on the person you're speaking with. When you need to look away, do so slowly and intentionally. This makes people feel seen and valued. In business settings, this can create a stronger bond, especially during negotiations or important conversations. The big baby pivot. This technique is about the way you turn your body towards someone when they're speaking. Lowndes suggests facing your entire body toward the person you're speaking to. This includes your feet, torso, and head. This body language signals that they have your full attention and creates a sense of importance. It's incredibly effective in networking situations. The flooding smile. Lowndes talks about a technique called the flooding smile, where you hold back your smile initially and then let it come on slowly when someone makes eye contact with you. This creates an impression of genuine warmth, rather than a superficial grin. In scenarios where you're meeting someone for the first time, like a business lunch or networking event, this technique can be surprisingly powerful. Now let's dive into a few key insights from The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. This book is all about how people can subtly gain influence over others, and some of the laws can be applied directly to communication and conversation. Court attention at all costs. This law is about making yourself interesting and unforgettable in any situation. Greene suggests being a little bold, sharing unique insights, or telling memorable stories. For instance, in a networking event, instead of introducing yourself the typical way, try sharing a quick story that highlights your personality or passion. The goal is to stay in people's minds long after the conversation ends. Do not commit to anyone. This law is all about maintaining an air of mystery. Don't be too quick to give everything away about yourself. When meeting new people, offer intriguing, incomplete details rather than your full story. For example, if someone asks about your career, you might say, "I'm working on some exciting new projects," without revealing all the specifics. This builds curiosity, drawing people in. Work on the hearts and minds of others. This is one of the most powerful strategies. Greene emphasizes the importance of making people feel understood and valued. This could be as simple as remembering small details about someone's life, following up with them after a meeting, or genuinely showing appreciation. In business, small gestures like remembering someone's name or checking in on their goals can help you build alliances. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Greene describes a thumbscrew as a hidden vulnerability or desire that everyone has. If you can figure out what someone values or desires most, whether it's admiration, success, or connection, you can communicate in ways that resonate deeply with them. For example, if someone you're talking to clearly loves recognition, compliment their achievements subtly. This shows you understand what matters to them and creates rapport. Combining techniques for maximum impact. So let's put it all together. Imagine you're at a business event, using the sticky eyes technique to hold someone's attention, the flooding smile to make a warm impression, and then law of the 48 laws of power by sharing a story that keeps you in their mind. Meanwhile, you're subtly mirroring their body language and asking open-ended questions. These layered techniques create an aura of charm, confidence, and intrigue that's hard to resist. Here is the other example. Let's say you're in a pitch meeting. Start with a calm, confident introduction using the big baby pivot to show your complete attention. As you make your points, pause and let your words sink in, giving them that extra weight. Add a touch of sensory language. Maybe a story about how your product transforms someone's experience. Toward the end, leave a bit of mystery like a potential feature or an expansion plan, but don't reveal all the details. This keeps them curious and wanting more. Effective communication, as we can see, is like an art form. It's about mastering your presence, using subtle body language, and layering in techniques that make people feel valued, understood, and intrigued. Remember, these are skills that take practice, but with consistency, they can set you apart in any setting. Thanks for watching the 1%. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on personal development, success, and the skills that can set you apart. Until next time, remember, communication is a superpower. Use it wisely.